although Jobs credited his fourth grade teacher with turning him around. Steve often found it difficult in making friends his own age and struggled to function in a traditional classroom. He resisted authority figures, frequently misbehaved, and was even suspended a few times. Jobs later said himself he was pretty bored in school and had turned into a little terror. He regularly played pranks on others at Montaloma Elementary School in Mountain View, although Jobs credited his fourth grade teacher with turning him around. He said, "It took her about a month to get hip to my situation. She bribed me into learning. She would say, 'I really want you to finish this workbook. I'll give you $5 if you finish it.' That kindled a passion in me for learning. I learned more that year than I think I learned in any other year in school. They wanted me to skip the next 2 years in grade school and go straight to junior high to learn a foreign language, but my parents very wisely wouldn't let it happen." However, Jobs did skip the 5th grade and transferred to the 6th grade at Crittenden Middle School in Mountain View, although this transition led to Jobs being bullied. He then gave his parents an ultimatum: take him out of Crittenden or he would drop out of school. His parents used all their savings in 1976 to buy a new house, which would allow Jobs to change schools. Their new house on Crist Drive in Los Altos, California, would later become a key figure in Apple's history, whilst Jobs started studying at Cupertino Junior High. A fellow electronics hobbyist, Bill Fernandez, became his first friend. Fernandez later commented that, for some reason, the kids in the 8th grade didn't like Steve because they thought he was odd. I was one of his few friends. Fernandez eventually introduced Jobs to electronics whiz Steve Wozniak, who lived across the street from Fernandez. As a child, Jobs preferred doing things by himself. He swam competitively, but was not interested in team sports or other group activities. He spent a lot of time working in the garage workshop of a neighbor who worked at Hewlett-Packard, an electronics manufacturer. Jobs also enrolled in the Hewlett-Packard Explorer Club, where he saw engineers demonstrate new products, and he saw his first computer at the age of 12. He was impressed and knew immediately that he wanted to work with computers. While in high school, Jobs attended lectures at the Hewlett-Packard plant. On one occasion, he boldly asked William Hewlett, the president, for some parts he needed to complete a class project. Hewlett was impressed. He gave Jobs the parts and offered him a summer internship at Hewlett-Packard. But he ended up giving me some parts and he got me a job that summer working at Hewlett-Packard on the line, assembling frequency counters. Well, assembly may be too strong. I was putting in screws. It didn't matter. I was in heaven.